Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. And with all the grace of a drowning penguin.
Look up in the sky! It's a bird!
It's a plane!
It's Shaft!
Welcome to another Clenny Cast and Crew production. Guys, here on the top side of Polar 9 Ladder Edition, in this Protoss vs. Zerg matchup, it's our Protoss player representing Team Lotum. In the red trunks, it's TailS. As far as I know, this is not MVP TailS, guys. Just a disclaimer, I do not think this is the Korean player for MVP known as TailS. Looks like he will be going gateway first. Awesome. And here, on the bottom side of Polar Night, representing Team CoreGaming, it's Edge. Alright, so this is a Zerg vs. Protoss game, and rightly choosing the correct build order is Edge, who has gone for Hatch first. Hatch first, much better against Gateway first than Forge first, so this works out very well for him. Sorry about that, guys, got a phone call. Either way, I don't remember exactly what I was saying. I'll edit that in post-production, but either way, Hatch first, very, very good against Gate first. We got a Cyber Core. This Cyber Core allows two things: faster tech and a Mothership Core. So the Mothership Core will cost 2 probes, so not only are you delaying your Nexus by going Gateway first, you also cut into your own probe count. Typically, there's a point in the game where Protoss is ahead on workers. You can see that here. Well, that point is even longer in a Forge first game compared to a Gateway first game due to the Mothership Core having to be produced. This will allow the Protoss to be more aggressive. However, the Zerg will be ahead economically. Now, the Zerg has chosen to go for a very, very fast third base here. This is actually suicidally fast after scouting Gateway first. In fact, he's sticking around with this Overlord for way too long. I'm extremely concerned about this Overlord just now. He is getting a gas, though. His spawning pool, I think he went 3 hatch before pool, guys. Wow, I did get a little distracted. Yes, okay. He definitely went 3 hatch before pool. And this is going to be a very interesting opener from Edge. He recently did join CoreGaming. He's one of their top level players, and again, I want this to be the Korean TailS, but thinking it's not. However, he is a pretty strong player. He's using his probe actually right-clicked on the Stalker so that he follows that Stalker wherever the Stalker may go, rather than trying to micro the two individually. Bit of a supply block here for Edge. Yeah, there we go. The roller finally popping there. Okay, so either way, this is shaping up to be a pretty strange game, guys. Looks like Edge has stopped mining gas except for one worker, and that is going to allow him to get some more Zerglings out in anticipation of this aggression from TailS. Now, TailS is leaving this pylon super vulnerable. In fact, he's going to have to cancel that, and it's just a single Stalker here to basically kite these Zerglings back and retreat home. He's waiting for these shields to regenerate. Obviously, he doesn't want to take hull damage, and that's perfectly fine. He's got some Zealots here. He's going to send those right on out to help reinforce the Stalker. Good micro here, still not taking any hull damage, and the Zealots do arrive. In fact, will Lynx see that this is a third base? Actually, no, they will not. Not quite the scouting he would have liked there for those Lings, but more Lings are coming in here, and he's going to be attacking. He's hoping and praying. No, the wall was able to get up there, and he should really retreat, and hopefully retreat to the third, as he could punish that very strongly. However, it's just not going to happen. The aggression he was trying to make happen with these Lings could have been successful here, but he throws everything at this wall off. Roach Warren now being started for Edge. Edge only slightly ahead in workers. Imagine if all those lings had been drones, he would be worlds and worlds ahead. Now he has 7 workers ahead, which still isn't a bad lead at this point in the game, but it could be much, much bigger. We've got a second gas, third gas in production now for Edge, who is starting his lair tech. Looks like that's going to be probably a Roach Hydra composition for a little while. That's really the only thing I can think of for 3 gas. Maybe Swarm Hosts. Nah. I don't know that Edge actually uses those too much. Either way, going on here in the Protoss base, we've just got, you know, an establishment of this third. He's currently on 4 gateways. He's just trying to stay defensive. He'll need a couple more gateways to be perfectly defensive, and then be able to warp in wherever he chooses. But no higher tech just yet. He's really sacrificed the higher tech route in order to get the really fast third nexus. This is actually a super fast third nexus. Third nexus usually finally gets planted around 9 to 10 minutes. TailS was able to finish it before 9, and this is more due to Edge's mistake here in this game with his lings than anything else. But this gives TailS a huge advantage. 3-base Protoss against 3-base Zerg, not very favorable at all for a Zerg. Edge is in damage control, and he's going to Spire for that damage control, but the Phoenix has already scouted it. And he's going back just to see if it was canceled. Nope, not canceled. He's parking it there just to buy as much time as possible. He wants every second of that Phoenix's life to be dedicated to scouting out that Spire. Hydrogen also on the way here. I'm not sure whether or not our Protoss saw that. Yes, he has. But he has not seen the 4th base just now for Edge. Edge, of course, trying to get his 4th. He wants to be a base ahead of the Protoss, but TailS is moving out. This is a really small army here from TailS. Actually, it's smaller in supply than the Zerg army, but if he can get the right position, he may be able to do worlds of damage here. Still, I think he should stay in a more defensive posture. He's trying to do too much at once. He's managed to establish these 3 bases, you know, here, and here at very reasonable and strong times, but now he's trying to apply pressure and attack at a really early time. He's not behind. There's no reason to attack into a natural, and he's realizing that and heading on home. So, good decision making there. Just some light pressure, maybe forced out a couple of units from Edge at the cost of, what, a pylon? Either way, if he were able to see this 4th base, this would be the ideal location to attack into. So it's rather surprising that he has not at least even scouted over there with a Zealot or something. Either way, we've got a Robo facility on the way now, Blink on the way, +2 attack also on the way right this moment. So the Protoss are really trying to expend some of this gas he's been stockpiling, and even getting a second Robo facility as well. So it looks like this is going to be a heavy Colossi with Blink Stalker timing. You know, usually you'll see this with a Phoenix opener, Phoenix into the Colossi, into Blink Stalker. However, you know, this is still a viable way to get to it, and I'm not sure if Edge is going to be completely prepared for it. He's got the Roach Hydra, he's getting Hydra upgrades, he's even canceled his Spire originally and built another one, but he's got no upgrades, and that's a little bit terrifying, to be quite honest with you. No upgrades against +2 upgrades with the Protoss, and getting caught out of position. Oh my god, TailS going in for a great blink, managing to sandwich a lot of those Hydralisks without any kind of meat shield in the form of lings. However, this is a huge number of Hydralisks going to force Protoss army to kite backwards, and those Zealots were in that composition, so he's added a couple here. Now the Zealots are in position against the Hydralisks. Hydralisks are going to be forced to target down Stalkers, ideally, otherwise, you know, they're just going to be hitting the tank units that are Zealots. We do have a Hive on the way with the Spire upgrades. This could be a Mutatech switch, it could be Broodlords, hard to say, but with Hive, I'm leaning towards the Broodlords. We got 1/1 upgrades now started for Edge for his ranged units. Hive about to finish just now, and we've got a Robotics Bay here for Edge, who is actually going to be attacking right here on a creep. He's going to want to clear some of this out with this observer. Does he know about the 4th base? Yes, he does. And while he's pushing off on a creep, the Zerg choosing now to try and do a little bit of a counterattack. However, he sees that TailS is circling around to deal with that counterattack, so he's sending some Roach Hydras there to deal with that. And with Protoss being split up just as he is, this is actually looking pretty awful for TailS, though TailS has tried to get some aggression here into the main. There's a lot of Zealots here, and it looks like we will get a Queen kill. Edge now sending, oh, nope, no Queen kill just yet. And here are the Hydralisks going to be able to take that off as well. TailS hitting too many locations at once, it seems, and ultimately getting pushed back at all 3. Still, this is anybody's game. Very tight, very positional based warfare, both at very similar worker counts. Neither of them getting any real successful damage done to the worker count. However, this 4th base was eliminated. Now there's a 4th over here, so it's not that big of a deal, but you know, if that were to be taken again, awesome sauce. I just realized I've been playing this map wrong. I usually like to take this as a 3rd. This makes much more sense. Then you can guard this base as well and this back entrance. I like that actually. Huh. I'm a retard. Either way, we've got 9 Broodlords in production here, as well as, you know, this huge number of Hydras. Take a look at the unit counting station right now. We've got 27 Hydras, 8 Broodlords, 3 Roaches, and 2 more Broodlords in production now. Hydras are going to be getting attacked here by the Colossi. He's got to retreat from the Colossi, but Blinkstalkers moving forward. That's a horrible position for the Blinkstalkers, especially when they just used Blink and cannot get away from the Broodlord, so they're going to be forced to retreat backwards. Baiting that Blink was probably the best thing that Edge could have hoped for. Now the Colossi actually targeting down these Hydralisks in huge swaths, just ripping through Hydralisk flesh and tendrils. Lings not doing so great against them either. Both Lings and Hydras are light armor, which Colossi devastate. However, there's not much left in anti-air terms for the Stalkers. Broodlords are getting targeted down by the few Stalkers that remain, yet the Queens were there to transfuse, and that was doing a great job. Now that the Queens are almost out of energy, Edge is going to be forced back onto the creep. Maybe it was a mistake to even get off creep originally. Now the Queens are absorbing some of the transfuses, unfortunately, but they're armored, so that's going to be a lot of attacks that were not on Broodlords. Then the Broodlords get sniped here by the Blinks. Hydra is still choosing to target down Stalkers. We're waiting on the production, the reinforcements here of the Hydralisk that will force the Protoss back. He is not quite able to go down to the ramp in that 3rd base. He's just waiting on more and more Hydralisk reinforcements. 4 more Broodlords on the way, 4 more Queens as well. Wow. Taking a look at the army count, 2 Colossi, 9 Stalkers, 9 Zealots, 12 Stalkers. This is anybody's game, guys. Edge, 30 supply ahead, but a lot of that is in Hydralisks. And Hydralisks completely devastated by Colossi. Yet that is a pretty big unit advantage. We'll see if the upgrades, the +3 upgrades for our Protoss, will be enough. Hydra March. Hydra's outpacing Queens. It's amazing what upgrades can do. And actually, it looks like the Hydras were pushing the Queens onto the creep so they'd run faster. Move, bitch! Get out the way! That's a song, guys. I love women. I'm not, like, being, yeah, that way. No. Okay, so, Stalker, Zealot, Colossi. And there's the Queens, there's the Hydras, there's the Lings, and Broodlords taking forever, but slowly pushing forward. TailS actually getting pushed back now by the sheer weight of Broodlords. Those things are massive units, didn't you know? Okay, here goes what could ultimately be the final battle. Do 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 do. So Colossi really trying to do their best against the Hydras here, but most of the Gateway army has fallen now. That's going to leave the Colossi completely vulnerable to the Broodlords and the Hydras and the Queens. Now the Colossi getting pushed back entirely, and this looks like game, folks. E6 supply, Army supply that is, against 17 for TailS. 31 now. Warpin's great for Protoss reinforcements. That's still 1/3 of the Army supply against a superior tech. That is Brood Lords, Queens, and Hydralisks left now. Will the stock be able to clean up with the Colossi support? It's looking possible, but we've got reinforcements arriving now for Edge. Edge now going for the Viper composition. And wow, the Abduct's going to be the end of that Colossi. And it looks like we got another Abduct as well. With both Colossi taken out and a Robo facility decimated, Edge may very well be the victor of this game. Still, TailS not willing to tap out just yet. Can't really say I blame him. Oh wow, everything looks so much bigger now that we were zoomed out. Ooh, well, third base, well, this actually was the third, but we still got a fourth here, and the third base being retaken as well. Only just now beginning Glial reconstitution. 23-minute Glial reconstitution. Yeah, that's how pros do it. 4 more Brood Lords are in production. He's got to be careful never to make too many Brood Lords. They're more of a supporting unit in this capacity, with the Hydralisks being mostly the DPS. The Brood Lords are simply there to tank, both in the form of Broodlings, and should the Stalkers get ballsy and blink under them, Hydras will be able to just completely decimate them as these armored massive units rule the day. And these gas finally getting cleaned up. Still, Edge not too worried about that base. Obviously, it's too far away for Brood Lords to be able to defend, so it's more of just a give me base. He's trying to work more on this centralized location right here. And here we go. He's attacking right on in to the third base. This again could be the final engagement. It's looking good. In fact, TailS getting some good blinks there on these Brood Lords. In fact, killing off 2 of the 4. Wow, but good Abducts here on the Colossi, killing off 2 of the 3, and the third one getting very vulnerable as well. There goes the third one. So that's going to be basically nothing to deal with the Roach Hydra composition. There's not much here that can actually deal with the Brood Lords as well. This army supply is dwindling yet again for TailS. Can Edge finally grab the victory here? This third base has been completely wrecked. But there's still 3 bases for TailS, only one of which is currently mining. But that doesn't matter. Awesome battles, guys. This has been a completely back and forth game. Take a look, if you like, at the instant replay cam. It's just been so... Oh wow. Error. Okay, instant replay cam glitching as always. It's okay though. We get used to that. Yeah, okay. I'm really counting TailS out of this game, but he's holding on for dear life. It's going to come down to this last biting base. Broodlings, Speedlings, Roaches, and Hydras and Queens doing everything they can to stop this Stalker ball. Brood Lords just kind of submitting themselves to death. They know they're going to die. Instead, they just warp in, a couple, or, well, morph in, rather, a couple more, and keep on trucking. TailS drops the GG. Edge able to take this out. Pretty cool game there, guys. Really liked it. If you like this production, though, please +1 us on YouTube. Share it with your folks. Share it with your best friend. Enjoy the APM of Edge. Yeah. Enjoy life itself, guys. Enjoy life itself. That's always great advice. But anyways, thank you so much for tuning in, and as always, thanks for being awesome. Bye-bye!
신할 선수가 되는 거고요. 그렇죠. 멀티에 방해도 받지 않으면서 안전하게 해주고 있는 모습인데 맹독 측의 스피드업이 되기 전에 즉 전방 위에서만 싸워야 되고 전방만 좀 제거하고 빠지면 돼요.